Welcome one, welcome all to the Funhouse. I am Uncle Salty. This is episode 62, and it's playtime. Before we begin the show, I would like to acknowledge someone and give out special thanks. I was having difficulty uploading this video, and if it were not for Kate, this video would not be possible. So, thank you, Kate. Now, we'll begin the show, and on today's show, we will be taking a look at and talking about two more Masters of the Universe Classics action figures, Blade and Boldore. Both of these figures are well past the point of me collecting Masters of the Universe as a child, but seeing them in Classics form just made me want to go right out and get them as soon as I could. We will start with Blade. He, of course, is in the 1987 live-action Masters of the Universe movie, and for me personally, this movie was a complete bomb, but Blade was the lone bright spot. What an awesome design for a brand new character. Let's first go through the accessories, and we'll begin with this right here, the laser whip from the movie. Very movie accurate, as detailed as you could possibly get with this item right here. However, if I'm going to give a little nitpick, it would be that there is absolutely no movement in the whip. This is the position that the whip will forever be in. Blade also comes with two blades. We first have this sword that is in the 1987 movie, and we also have a sword right here that is of the design from the 1980s Masters of the Universe toy line. And once again, if I'm going to have a little bit of a nitpick on those weapons, it would be that there is really no detail to either of them. Both are just straight, flat, gray swords with no detail. Now let's take a look at the articulation for Blade. His head is on a ball joint, and it rotates from side to side as well as up and down, but because of the armor piece that he wears, it's very limited in the movement. And also because of the armor piece that he wears, very limited in the movement in the arms. They do rotate 360 degrees. However, they do not when he has the armor piece on. You have a rotation at the bicep, movement at the elbow, and his wrists rotate 360 degrees. And once again, back to the armor piece that he wears. He has an ab crunch, but because of the armor piece, that also is very limited. You're able to twist at the waist. And as we move down, we see that because of this armor piece, his legs do move up and down, but very limited movement in the leg department as well. Knees are double jointed. He has a swivel at the boot cut. And his feet rock up and down and move side to side. Finally, let's take a look at the figure's fantastic detail. It doesn't look like the actor, but honestly, it doesn't need to. Take a look at the face. As you can see, very detailed. I do like that they were able to add the scar on his forehead above the eye patch. Very nice. And once again, very detailed all through this headpiece that he wears. The body armor that he wears is also very detailed. You can see the metal chain as well as this logo on the chest piece as well. Very detailed. Very detailed on the gauntlet on his left arm. And once again, more metal chain on the lower armor piece. And he also has daggers that wrap around each of his legs. Those are not removable, but a very nice touch. If I was going to rate this figure on a scale of 1 to 10, I would definitely give this figure a solid 8. And definitely something you should put into your collection if you are a Masters of the Universe collector. Next up is Boldor. Now this is a personal favorite of mine in the Masters of the Universe Classics line. Just like the Blade figure, this character is super obscure, even more so than Blade. He only appeared in one episode of the cartoon from 2002, and in that episode, he was promptly done away with by Hordak. As you can see, he has the Evil Horde logo on his chest. Once again, we'll begin with the accessories, and we'll start with the shield, and the shield slides right out of his hand. Very nice. And as you can see, that's what it looks like. You have the stone wrapping around the outer edge of the shield. Then you have the sandstone color in the middle, as well as another stone piece in the middle of the shield. And probably more important than the shield is this weapon right here. And it's very cool that it's a dual weapon. You have the stone battle axe, and it also is a classic replication of the Evil Horde's main weapons, that being a crossbow. So you have a stone crossbow as well. So very nice on that weapon as well. Let's take a look at the articulation, and if you thought the articulation on the Blade figure was limited, well, this is even more limited than that. Head's on a ball joint, rotates from side to side as well as up and down, but because of this piece right here that wraps around his neck and the back of his head, it looks like a stone collar. You have very limited movement for the head. We then have the stone shoulder pads, and once again, arms do rotate, but very limited in the rotation on the arms. It has a swivel at the bicep. It has movement at the elbow, and the wrists are also able to rotate 360 degrees as well. He has an ab crunch, but because of this stone chest plate, very limited with the ab crunch, and almost no rotation and twist at the waist. The legs actually are able to move up and down more freely than the Blade figure. He has double jointed knees, a swivel at the boot cut, and his feet do not rock up and down, but they do twist minimally from side to side. So you may ask yourself, why is this one of my favorite figures in the Masters of the Universe Classics line? And that would be because of the great detail on this figure. And we'll start with the head, and as you can see, very detailed. I love the black holes that they have for the eyes. Very detailed in the face, and if you'll notice right here, he even has a stone beard, so I think that's very cool. Great paint application on this figure. You have the dark wash on all of the stone areas on the figure, and then for all of the actual body parts on the figure. You have on the arms and above the belt buckle and the legs, the slick gray. So very nice with that. And more great detail on this figure. The Evil Horde logo and the Hordak insignia on the belt buckle, both done in sandstone. There's something about action figures that are made of stone or rocks. I just think they're super cool and very statuesque. Now, two more things before I end the show. Did anyone catch that throughout the entire show, I named this figure Boldor? That's not his actual name. So if you can be the first to come up with what this figure's actual name is and leave it in the comment section, a special prize awaits you. In closing, answer this question as well in a separate comment, and you will win yet another special prize. Be the first person to give the correct answer to this question. What begins with T, ends with T, and has T in it?